George W. Bush. Richard Fowler is a nationally syndicated radio host. Thank you for being here both. Mark, why?
Yeah, the silence from President Obama is absolutely deafening. He had plenty to say when it came to Trayvon Martin, when it came to Michael Brown, when it came to Freddie Gray, but all of a sudden a woman is killed by a criminal alien, and all of a sudden the president is tongue-tied. He's got nothing to say. Why is that? The answer is simple. When in all of those other cases, he had liberal policy points that he wanted to make about gun control, about police bias, about racial profiling. In this case, he has no policy points he wants to make because the policies he supports are the ones that got this woman killed. His support for sanctuary cities, his support for releasing criminal aliens into the communities. So he doesn't want to highlight this because there's no political gain to be made from it.
Richard, do you disagree with any word Mark just said?
I disagree with about 90% of it. I think this president is outraged that we haven't passed comprehensive immigration reform. Since this president has come into the White House, he's argued
the comment on Kate Steinle's death?
over and over again about comprehensive immigration reform. This president has said a number of times criminals shouldn't stay in this country, but because our immigration... I am answering your question, Megyn.
Where is the comment about Kate Steinle's murder?
The reason why Kate Steinle's murder happened, and the White House will tell you the same thing, is because we have a broken immigration system. George Bush tried to fix it, and the Republicans blocked it. Now the president has tried to fix it. Marco Rubio even tried, and it was so bad that he ran away from it.
Okay.
If we had fixed our immigration system, we wouldn't be here today.
So let me ask you, where is his comment on her murder?
Her murder wouldn't have happened, Megyn. Sanctuary cities wouldn't have happened if we had comprehensive immigration reform.
I'm asking you, give an answer. You can't because there isn't one. Mark, there's no excuse for it. He picks and chooses the victims he wants to highlight, and apparently this victim wasn't deemed worthy.
That's exactly right. And look, why hasn't the president come out into the South Lawn, the Rose Garden, or the press podium and said it is unconscionable that the city of San Francisco refused a request from U.S. immigration officials to notify them when this man with 7 felony convictions was released? It's his administration that requested that information and it was turned down. And the answer is simple. He supports sanctuary city policies. His administration...
That's not true, Mark.
It is.
How is it not true?
Richard. How is it not true?
It's one, we have seen very few Republican candidates come out and talk about how we fixed the broken immigration system.
We're not talking about the Republicans.
Number two, the reason why this individual is able to come back in the country multiple times is because under the Republican leadership, under the Republican budget making, they have cut Border Patrol.
You've got to be kidding me, Richard. You're telling me, Richard, that Republicans don't want to secure the border, but they're stopping Obama from securing the border?
In the pathway to prosperity, Paul Ryan cut border officials. Those are the facts. But that's neither here nor there. If we deal with comprehensive immigration reform, we wouldn't have this problem.
I'm going to give you the floor, but you got to stay on point. You keep making these assertions, and then you dance off to the sidelines. The question, you said the president doesn't support sanctuary city policies. What do you base that on?
I base it on the fact that if we had comprehensive immigration reform, there would be no need for sanctuary cities. And I'm pretty sure the White House will tell you the same thing tonight. If we had immigration reform
I don't think that's
we got rid of the 11 million people who live in the shadows, there would be no need for sanctuary cities. That's the fact.
Mark, and yet Richard seems to be forgetting about Sarah Saldana. Sarah Saldana and what happened with her testimony in March, which makes perfectly clear that this administration is fine with sanctuary cities.
No, that's absolutely true. She came and she was asked by Congress, do you support legislation that would require cities to cooperate, that would have required the city of San Francisco to report on this individual? And she said, amen, thank you. The next day, she had to issue a statement retracting that because she was cut off at the knees by the Obama administration. Of course they don't support they support sanctuary city policies.
But Mark, I've seen you on this program over and over again, Mark, advocating for states' rights and the separation between the federal government and the state government. Immigration policy and implementation of immigration law and creation of immigration law lies squarely with the federal government, and this Congress has failed to act, even though this president has asked them over and over and over again to do something. Congress has taken sticks, broken them, and put them in their ears.
All right, I got to go. I got to leave it at that. Good debate as always, guys. Well, our next guest says that if he were president, he would cut off funding to